Hi, welcome to DIY Donna. I'm Donna, of course. Today we are going to do some Memorial Day and 4th of July DIYs. I've already pre-painted the pizza pan from the Dollar Tree. That right there is a sign from Halloween time. I sanded down and I put one coat on it. Sorry. All of our projects today are going to be decoupage and using napkins, except for one. We are going to be using scarves from the Dollar Tree as well. So, the first project, we are also using the calendars as well. So, Bubby, will you fill this up for me? We are going to be using one of the calendar pages. Well, actually two. Out of two different calendars, and they both were this year's. The first one is the bee. Thank you.
It's a little hot for some reason.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on here so I can see about, because I want to keep the flowers in it as much as possible. So I think what I'm going to do is just cut off the ends. And we're going to start right here where this is ripped at. And I'm going to get as close to the image as I possibly can without doing all the way around it. I hope I'm explaining it right. I'm not going to go into detail cutting. I'm just going to do this, and at the bottom I am making it a lot shorter. And I am trying to keep it into that. I took my finger and rubbed it across the image to outline the circle. Okay, so I didn't cut that. But I do want it to keep the honeycomb design where you can see it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut just a little bit more of it right here. See if that will help. A little bit up here, cut a little bit, because you can still see the hole from the calendar. And I'm sorry for the noise in the background. It's my son. He's sitting on a couch directly behind us making that funny noise. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is, after cutting it, I'm going to take some decoupage here, and I'm going to wipe off my surface, of course, because it is dusty from the store yesterday, or whenever it was, day before. Alright, so I'm going to put it on the circle, and I am going to work in small sections, just because I want it to stay in that circle right here. Now this is a little bit thicker than a napkin. And you do gotta watch because these papers, they curl when you decoupage them. So you gotta get them on there. Alright, so wherever your decoupage is going to be, it is going to be in a circle here, so I'm just making sure that it's all covered before I lay it down, because I don't want it to pop up. It's going to pop up regardless. Alright, so I'm going to take my image and I am going to make sure that it is even in the middle, and then I am going to push down into that decoupage, and hopefully it stays. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is go ahead and do my edges here.
But the leaves are cute. You must have looked over there.
I'm going to go up underneath. Just put it a little bit down so it could there we go. Of course, the image is going to hang over. Hoping that will, there we go. We fixed that little rip there. Went together perfectly. And I'm going to repeat that step all the way around the whole image until I get it completely down. And then once I get it down and it dries, then we can put some on. I'm already putting some on the edges here. I don't think I'm going to put any in the middle, but then again, I don't want my image to pop up. And I'm just going to keep doing it all the way around. And I did, put too much there on top. But it does dry clear. So if you happen to do what I just done, had a whole bunch of it in an area here. Okay, we got this little bit right here to go yet. We got the outer edges pretty good and soaked with it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some on the inner side as well. And then we're gonna set it aside, and while it is drying, I'm gonna be working on the hanger to hang it and the bow, and we're gonna add some greenery and some real pretty flowers to this and see how, what it turns out being. Right now it's just plain. So let's set that aside, and I got a mess to clean up the Mod Podge here. Alright, so I'm just taking a rag, clean this. I'm going to set that aside to dry, and while that is drying, I'm going to go ahead and look for the hanger and the greenery. Okay, so it's dry, so what I'm going to do now is I found my rope, and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to attach it to the outer circle, and that will also give us a little bit of a trim so it won't look like that. And once it goes all the way around and we have everything on it, I think it is going to turn out really good. And we can cover that up with the flowers and the bow. I just hot glued the ends so it would not come undone. And I'm going to repeat this all the way around. And it's okay if a little bit of glue comes out, we could fix that after we get it all on. But I think it will be okay. We're almost at the end, so. Am I in frame, bub? Because I don't think I am.
You are.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I mean, if you move a little bit upwards. There you go.
Alright, so I'm going to cut it right here at the bottom. And when I add the glue down to the bottom, I'm also going to add a little bit of glue right here so it does not come undone. Because I do not want it coming undone, even though, you know, the bow and whatnot is going to be on it. Or not whatnot, but lift it up, make sure it's getting glued. I don't stick my fingers in it like always. Alright. So now after that gets getting set up, let me find my ribbon for the, here we go. Now I only have 2 ribbons, but I just got some. Let me go get the ribbon. Okay, so I'm gonna use the new one I just got from the Dollar Tree. No, it's not new from the Dollar Tree, it's new to me. And it is 9 feet. And the only thing I'm going to do with it is make like an awareness ribbon here. And this is good and thick and stiff. And just want to make sure that this is a right size ribbon, or do I want it bigger? And we are going to make sure that I want to make sure that my bows are the same length as each other. Yeah, this one feels a little bit bigger. There we go. Alright, so I also have some twine right here that I'm going to just wrap around it. And then I'm going to make a knot. And for some reason, it looks like it. And then I'm going to double knot it. Cut off the little tails. So now I'm going to make sure that both of these are the same length. Even them up a little bit as well. And then I am going to take and just ducktail. I did it the wrong way. I don't know why I done it that way. It's okay. Alright, so now I'm folding it to make my tails. And because I done it that way, I'm going to have to do it that way again. Just so it evens them up. But it's okay. It will be okay, like Miss Joanne says. Alright. There is what the bow. Let me make some finger bows. I got a honeycomb from the Dollar Tree as well. I thought I had some of these open. And then we got some with bees on it. And I like what that sign says. Be you. So how I'm going to do this finger bow, I'm going to take two little ends just like that. And how I do it is, you know, I'm backwards, I'm sorry. Alright, so I play with it for a minute or two to get it, you know, frontwards. Make sure the tail is frontwards as well. And that is gonna look pretty together as well. So let me cut this off, make it even with the. Alright, now we're gonna set this aside, and then we are going to make the V one. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing, put it in my fingers. And then I do kind of like twist it, because I do that so I can turn everything frontwards. I want the bees and everything to be forward. I'm sorry, you guys, if you just got moved. I got dogs running back and forth underneath my light, and I apologize. I'm gonna fix this bow, and then I'm gonna, there we go. I'm not going to cut it off that way, because I am going to alright, so now I am going to ducktail my tail. Scissors keep messing up. Alright, we're going to do the same thing to this one. Alright, girls, lay down, please. This table, Alright. So we got them both done, and I think I'm going to place the beehive on the top, because I do have the bee one just a little bit longer than the other one. So now I'm going to place all three of them together. Then I'm going to take the twine, and I'm wrapping it around, and I'm going to double knot it. Alright, and then I'm going to cut it off, and we are going to glue this, and this project is almost complete. We're going to add some greenery and some sunflowers. Oh, I should have ended and I gotta pull it back off, because I literally forgot to put, there we go, to hide that twine. Back on, place it, push it in. And this is what it looks like so far. And like I said, we're gonna add some sunflowers. And then some greenery. Okay, it has dried. So now I'm going to take a couple of my flowers, the greenery, and I'm going to just add some hot glue to the end of this, and I'm just going to shove it behind the bow. And see, the reason why I should have waited to put the bow on last, I got excited and I put it on first, but it's okay. We can still do it. And a little bit of the stem came up underneath, and I'm just trimming it where you still can't see it. But it'll still be in there. Okay? There is the greenery, and then we are going to add some sunflowers to it as well. But we don't need the stems to be this long. Should be about good. We're going to add the glue to the stem as well. Well, that bent. It's okay. Because it's went in there and it's able to be hit. This one a little bit shorter just so it doesn't bend like that one did. But I am going to put it in the same angle as that one. There we go. That one went in just fine. We gotta push it through there some more so they can be at even passing. Now we're going to this is coming out really cute. I'm gonna take the hot the heat gun and straighten these out. But I will do that off camera. Now I'm gonna lay it so I can put my hanger on it. It'll look better with this is the front. About right there. Stop this one from I gotta rub hot glue gun all over. Alright, whoops, took the hot glue. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is just add my hot glue and I'm going to add a bunch. I'm going to lay my rope in it. I'm going to put some on top. And yeah, I did burn my finger, but I kept on going. Alright. Like that. Okay, I saved these little pieces off of the ribbon when I cut them for a reason, because I could actually use them when I make my hangers. Okay, to lay across for extra security. And I'm going to let that dry. Okay, and now we're going to repeat that same step over here on the other side. Get blue enough time to heat up because I just put a new stick in there. Okay, we're going to lay this part down, hold it for a second, and then I'm going to move it over. And when it's long like that, I just push it over into the glue. No big deal. Okay. Now I gotta get the glue off my scissors. Alright, for DIY number 1, there is the hanger. You will see it at the final review. Okay, for the second DIY, we're going to do another mug heart, and I done painted it. I painted it white. It was a glittery Happy Halloween. You can still see it a little bit. But one coat is all we need. Can you hand me those napkins, bub? Thank you. So I am going to take one. Okay, I was going to do the iron method, but I decided not to. That did not bring out my iron. Now I should have not, it's okay. Because I was going to use a water pin. So we're going to set that to the side because we will be using it for another project coming up. Now, I don't want to rip my corner because I'm going to need, oh no, I can tear a little corner. As long as the flag, because I am making this for a shelf sitter or a tier tray sitter. So yeah, I rip right here. So I'm going to rip right there so I could get the, now these only got one of the white backing. Okay, so I'm just going to use regular Mod Podge mat. Same thing. But I am going to take my time and do small sections. Because every time I say that, I end up dumping a whole bunch. And then my napkin gets wrinkly. Once you lay it, make sure you got it right the first time. And I do have a sponge. Okay, Maya went to my rescue. He went and got this rim wrap because I was worried I couldn't find my sponges before it dried. I wrinkled it up and it gave me a dirty look, like really? But yes, that's the way to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna do my second level, or later, not later, my second section. There we go. And this will also be good to keep out for the 4th all the way until the 4th. So see, even though I done it sections, it still didn't go over enough. But it went over enough that it would look fine. We're at the last section. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that alone. Move it over and let it dry. Can you run that under some hot water for me, please? Thank you. Okay, for the third DIY, while this one is drying, we're going to do another door handle. But this time we are going to use a pizza pan. And another Dollar Tree calendar pages. And it is the one from the farmhouse, I believe, when. And this is their July. And it says wild and free. So I thought we would do that as well in honor for Memorial Day. And once again, I got to cut that circle that is for the hole for the calendar. I gotta cut that out so it's not left on the image when I Mod Podge it. And I did go ahead and paint it completely white, even though it is kind of smaller than the pizza pan, which is okay. We will blend it in and fix it as best as we can. So, first thing we're going to do is add our Mod Podge to the pan. As soon as Maya gives me my brush. I need my brush, please. You have it in your hand. Alright, so if I need more on the top level, I will add when we get over there to that. When I lay the image down, because I'm not trying to put the Mod Podge down where we do not need it. over too far on the edge, but it's okay. And we'll just smear that in. Maya, was you picking up my brush? Okay, so I'm gonna lay it down, and it looks like I'm gonna smear it out, because these are thicker than the napkins. So it's okay to take your hand and rub across it. And there's some there that I need to go back and Mod Podge on, but it's okay. But I did get enough. Just that little bit, and that's not bad. Okay, so I'm gonna lift it up. Not that far, so be very careful. Put your Mod Podge down and then lay your image. And one thing I did notice though, the corners did not pull up on that first project. And it don't look like it's going to on this one either. Alright, so I'm going to go completely around my whole image with the Mod Podge to make sure my corners are all down, or my edges, I should say, not my corners. And then I'm going to push it over and let it dry. I'm taking my saran wrap because there is wrinkles and bumps. Okay, so now we're going to set this aside. And we're going to get our first project back out, or our second project. And, okay, it is good and dry. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take my finger sander, and I'm going to go into the downwards motion all the way down. Okay, now I'm going to go and take my blood, see where the corners right here did not get. So I'm not going to take the sander to that end because I do not want to take a chance of pulling my image up or ripping it. I'm going to go into downwards motion. We are going to go down. I'm going to do that all over the image. I don't want to chance it, so I put it all over. Guys, lay it! Now! Okay, so now while this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and get my ribbons ready. And I'm also going to add just a little bit of the red and the blue. Now, I have white, but I don't know what it is at the moment. And of course, there is no more. Once they're out and they're gone, they're gone. So for now, I'm only going to use the red and the blue, and I'm going to twist them together. I'm going to go ahead and cut it so I can twist it. I am sorry for the dogs barking. My daughter came by to visit us, and they hear her on the front porch, and my other daughter talking. So anyway, they'll be alright. We're going to keep twisting it until it looks then I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to roll half of it, and then I'm going to take and roll the other half after. Here we go. And then we got little curlies here, and I'm going to place them right on top here. Along with a red, white, and blue ribbon. And all of these are also from the Dollar Tree. Now the red one is from Christmas time. Once again, I apologize for that. Enough. Okay. And then we're going to move them out of our way. Now, I don't know if I'm just going to leave them like this and let them just hang over on the sides. Put it right in the middle with these on it. I think that's the way I'm going to go. Okay, I'm going to take my staple gun and I'm going to put it, well, maybe if I turn it on. The first staple in it. Put another staple right here in this side. And to cover those up, the staples, take a little bit of blue paint. Alright. So now this one is also complete. Okay, moving on. Okay, so now we're on project 3. Okay, you know the necklaces that are out for the 4th of July? They're stars. They got silver, red, and blue. I took one and they do come apart. They got these little plastic things that pull apart. I showed it when I first, I'm sorry I didn't. But I am going to use E6000. Now there is going to be a gap between, they don't connect all the way, but that's okay. I'm going to do it on the top part where there's going to be bows and flowers and all that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze some of my E6000 out, and I'm just going to tap the little bead. Let me see what's going on with my glue. 1 second. That might be an old. Okay, let's. Okay, that was the problem. It was old. Alright, so I'm gonna push it in like that. Now I am gonna use hot glue. Now in Ohio, our summers are very, very hot. So that would make the hot glue come off. So what I prefer to do is go around the tray, and I'm just going to put dots here and there. Okay, I'm going to stop there. And as you can see, it doesn't, and in between the E6000, I'm going to put little dots of hot glue. And that way, while the E6000 is setting, then the hot glue will also hold it in place while that E6000 is setting up. Now where I set it, it will be glue on one or the other. Either a bead or a star. Okay, so it does stop there. I'm gonna hold it for a second. Maybe I should have thought this over a little bit more before I decided to. Line of glue here. And the same right here. I'm going to do this all the way until I get my beads to hold in place here. And it is a little bit time consuming, especially messing with your hot glue. Now you got a couple times there before your E6000. It's the hot glue that wants to set up before you actually get your beads into them. Okay, so once again, I'm going to take my E6000 and I'm going to put little dots just very little here and there, and in between those I will do hot glue. Just for the E6000 to set up. And I will go back and remove the webs off of the the project when I get it all glued down. I'll go and clean them up. But for right now, I just want my beads Okay, we're done with that row, and I'm just gonna repeat this step all the way around. Okay, so like I said, that was a little bit time consuming, but it looks good. I like it like that. It's not like I really, really wanted it, but it still turned out. And like I said, we are gonna have that gap up there. That's okay. And this is one of the counter pages out of the counter for this year. So I am going to take this ribbon and I am going to make a bow. So this time I'm going to try a different kind of bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it. Wrapped probably about 4 times. Just to make sure that I have my middle. Okay, and I'm going to put half slits, not all the way down, just half. And I'm going to come over and I'm going to do it this way as well. Now this is a new bow that I'm trying to try. Our root string, and we are going to put it down the middle into that gap there, and it fits just perfect. Okay, I'm going to open it up, then I'm going to tie my jute, pull it tight, make another knot, pull it tight as you can get it. Well, let me redo that because it loosened up on me for some odd reason. Maybe I don't have my gaps.
It's because you let go of it.
Yeah, that could be. Alright, so we're going to try this again, but I am going to make this split a little bit deeper. And this time I'm going to take my string I'm going to pull it as tight as I can once I get it to pull. And we are going to hold that tight, and then we're going to tie it again. Alright, it came out better than And then what we're gonna do is cut our extra tails off. Okay? And then I'm gonna take this ribbon. There we go. And I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. Okay, let me measure. See if they're both, yeah, about the same size. Okay, I wrapped this one 4 times. And we're gonna cut it as well. We're gonna fold it down the middle once again. And then we're gonna do our slices. Now this is the first time I've made one of these my own self. I've watched people do it. So I thought I will give it a try. Okay, we're gonna open it up. I don't know if it's gonna turn out or not. I'm hoping. Okay, we're gonna pull it tight as you can and try not to let go like I do. Alright, we're gonna cut our extra off of this one as well. I'm just setting them to the side for now. And we're gonna take this other ribbon, and they're both from, all 3 of them are from the Dollar Tree. They're in the 4th of July section. And I'm sorry, I got a 100-pound dog laying on my feet, so I can't hardly move or get close to the table. Okay, we're gonna do this one 4 times as well. And then before I get started, I'm gonna measure, and they look about the same size. And sorry, you just got kicked. Maya kicked my pod stand, ring light stand, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so our 3rd and final one, we're going to do it down the middle, same way. I am hoping I am showing y'all right. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put our ribbon, our jute string, in our slits. I'm going to lay this one down. My ribbons don't look like it got cut. Didn't. Okay. Now we're going to do the same way with this one. We're going to pull it. And tie your knot. going to stack these together at different angles, and then I'm just gonna open them up once I get and I don't know why I'm doing it this, putting them in the gaps like that. I don't know why I'm doing it that way. Then I'm going to take a string. Once again, we are going to wrap, this time we're going to wrap them all together. And you can use a staple for this as well. I've seen people use staple guns to make their ribbon. They staple them instead of tying them, which is a quicker and easier way. Alright, so I got my ribbon all stacked together. I got it stacked diagonally, all three of them, going different directions. Now we're going to pull, and we are going to make our knot. Our strings, and I apologize for the dogs. Somebody gets up and they get excited, and he's still a puppy yet, and he barks until he finds out who they are. But he's doing his job too, so. Okay, so now we're going to take, and we're going to make our tails. We're going to take one of each, and I'm doing this to make it quicker. We're going to make sure it's all even, pull down. And I think that would be good enough for some tails. That one just threw out of my hand and went across the table. And we're going to move them out of our way. And to make our tails, I take one of each one and kind of, I'd rather just cut them in half. Honest. But how would I connect them all? I'm not going to use my stapler. Yeah, I'm just going to hold them like this. Diagonally put those as well. Alright, I'm going to take one more string and I'm going to tie it. And I'm going to wrap it around everything now. Take it around all the ribbon and all the tails together. Pull and then make your knot. Alright, now we are going to go around and ducktail our tails real quick. Okay, so this is metal. So what I'm going to do is add a piece of foam so I can put the flowers in it and put my bow on it. That is going to be one pretty bow, I think. But we're going to put some flowers in it, or on it, not in it. And I'm going to use the E6000 and hot glue to connect this. Okay, so right here is going to hit on the pizza pan. So I'm going to take my E6000 and I'm going to make sure, first of all, that my corners are covered with the E6000. And we're going to do that on the top and the bottom part of this. And then we're going to put, you got to have your hot glue on a low setting because this is foam and the hot glue will melt it. Oh, I didn't. I did. Not a video without me burning myself twice. Ooh, that burnt. Ooh. Alright, if you want to watch a video on how to not burn yourself, I will be that person to make it for you. Because I'm always burning myself. Okay, so I'm going to put it directly where between where the gap of the necklace is met. And I do apologize for the dogs in the background. I do promise that they only are playing. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get the hanger on there. Now I have this white nautical rope from the Dollar Tree that I've used on my first DIY, and I think I'm going to repeat that same step onto this, and I think that is going to be the length right there. From right there, I think will be the length for it. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so now I'm just adding the rope to it. Okay, so now for the rope, I am going to add a couple of drops of the E6000 on the end and about up here on top, just because I want to make sure it holds over June and July because of the heat. Okay, and we're going to add our hot glue in the middle, and we're just going to lay our rope. And while that is setting up, I am going to go ahead and do this side as well. And we're going to add a dot up here on top. We're just going to repeat the same steps as the other side. And then a line of hot glue in the middle. And we're going to lay this right. Now I did add that to that yesterday. I did that on film just so it would not keep coming apart. Now I don't want my E6000 involved in my hot glue at all, because I don't want the two to mix. They will not work. So I'm going to stay right there in the middle, and then I'm going to add this ribbon on the side for the extra security. And I thought using the 4th of July ribbon would be cute back here. Okay, now while that is setting up, I'm going to repeat it over here on this side as well. And the same thing, I'm going to keep it in the middle part because I do not want my hot glue or my E6000 to connect with each other because they will stop working. Alright, now we're going to let that set up while we continue working on our front part. Now, we purchased these because I thought they would be fun in a wreath. But I am also doing another wreath as well. I also got the popsicles. And I don't think we're going to use those at all. Alright, so I did purchase 2 of these, the red, white, and blue flowers. I don't know why the camera is set all sudden so low.
It's been that way.
So anyway, I'm going to clip these. Alright. I'm going to clip them using my, and for now I'm just going to clip them. I probably will go shorter on some. That's for the other project. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, yeah, I can already tell. I'm going to make it shorter. So we're going to put a red one right here and a blue. And I'm going to reset that one going up and one going down. And the fun part of this is that you can use foam also for the flowers to go in. No, I'm going to put the ribbon on next, just because it is so big. This is the biggest one I made yet. So we're going to put it on probably just like that, and then that way I know where to set the flowers. Now how we do this is open, I'm going to start at the bottom. We're going to open these up. And then you just start pulling them out, shaping them. And I think it did come out really pretty. Like I said, this is the first one that I've made this big. And you have stars popping out, trucks popping out. I honestly say I love this bow. Look how pretty that came out. I just love it when a project comes out more prettier than what you imagined it. And I really don't want to cut. I'm gonna fold that upward as soon as I get this glue. Okay, so once again, I am wanting to put E6000 on the corner right here of my bow and one right there, and that way it will stick onto the foam. And then I'm going to add a hot glue for the instant, wait, not instant, but yeah, the instant hold. Okay, and while that is setting up, this is what I saved the other two flowers for. Because I knew it was going to be kind of bald on top. And these flowers are kind of fluffier, and they do cover it all. Look at that. Oh, no, let's not look at that because the bow was not set up. Let me hold it in place and then smash my ribbon and my bow. Alright, so I am gonna move this to the side right here, and I'm gonna hot glue it to the tray just so it's not in the way of the words. Okay, so there is project number 3, and let me know what you think of the ribbon or the bow. I think it came out very pretty. So let me know in the comment section. Okay, and we are moving on to project number 4. And this is also for Memorial Day and the 4th of July. We're going to make another door wreath, but this time we are going to use one of their very pretty scarves of this year. This scarf is pretty, and it's one of the new prints. At least I don't remember it from last year. Alright, so I am going to put a little hot glue on the edge right there. And I got hot glue stuck to my hand. Okay, we're going to hot glue the seams together. Just so when you are, and I did paint this blue, but I am connecting them together. Just, it'll be easier to keep control of and to keep everything lined up. And for the top of that other wreath that I used, that was a pool noodle that I just simply cut. I got pieces of pool noodle laying around, so I figured instead of them going to waste, I could use them for projects like this. And I don't know, I might just use, I think all the ribbon will be pretty on this one as well. Alright, and then when you get where the tag is, I'm gonna cut the tag off just because we do not want a tag hanging from our wreath or our door hanger. Okay, so I did hot glue all of that so the seams could stay together while I am going to wrap it. There's no need for hot glue to start wrapping because it will hold itself. Alright, so I'm going to start off with taking it under and making sure that it is pulled good and tight. And you could add hot glue if you wanted. Let's go ahead and add hot glue to hold it in place for us. And we're going to put a little bit there and a little bit there. And we're going to lay our scarf down into it. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and pull it. And that is all we're going to do. All the way around. And I did go ahead and pick up 2 of these because I wasn't for sure quite if one was going to be enough and one is not enough. Now if you want to cut it up and fold it and cut it that way, it may be enough. But as you can see, the way I am wrapping it, it does not go all the way around, but that's okay. Because we are going to go ahead and we're going to add some hot glue, just a little, to hold this one in place until we actually get our other one started. Okay, we're going to do the same thing as we done with this one. Okay, while I am doing this, I am going to take this time out and thank you for watching my videos. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. It shows me and YouTube that you would like to watch this videos. And okay, so I am going to add a little bit of glue just so I could start the new one. Okay, I'm just going to hold it there for a second so I could get it started. Okay. That, and like I said earlier, I got a 100-pound dog laying right up my foot. And she's got my cord to my glue gun
In her hand.
Okay.
No, please, please. Please, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Loves her mommy and she stays right by me. Okay. Now, we're going to wrap like we did before. And we're going to go all the way around without my hand going in glue like it just did. Alright. Continue on. Push you. Alright. We're going to go one around. Once you get it started, it isn't really all that bad. Alright, we're going to pull it till we get to the very end right here. Put a line of hot glue right over here, and be careful because it does come through the scarf. Add a little bit more. Put it down inside there. Alright, I'm not trying to get burned again. Alright, so now this is what we have. Okay, we got fireworks coming out of a scarf. Alright, so then I picked up these foam wands, and I picked up these scatter. You get 6 of them in a pack, and they got the 4th of July popsicles, and there is 3 different styles in here as well. And then for the wands, we have the same style, but my thought on the wands is we're going to take them out of the stick and we're going to have the stars. Okay? That is my thought with the stars. Which my other wreath up there as well, I may do some stuff around that as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a placement for
Is that cute or no?
yes, for the popsicles. And then in between the popsicles, I thought, well, don't do them all that way because
That one should be on the bottom then.
then I'm gonna put one more star here, and then I was thinking about making another bow. And then this wreath will also be complete. And I thought maybe a couple of flowers. I'm gonna let this thing go all out. We're gonna clip it as short as we can get it. Now once again, I wanna do a little bit of E6000 on the tip just because it does get really hot in Ohio in the winter months.
Winter.
Summer months. In the winter months, sometimes we do have warm weather. And then we're freezing. Alright, so then I'm going to take some Meat 6000 and put on the ice creams on the back and then add a little bit of hot glue in between those. And then I'm going to lay those between the flowers. And make sure where you're adding your glue, you got your, like this. Okay, I'm gonna have to put E6000 there and an E6000 there, and then add a little bit of hot glue right here, just to make sure that this got the glue in the right spot, because I do not want it to, let's see, like this one, I want it standing up like that. But first, we're going to do flower, ice cream, star. Now we're going to do a red flower.
Because it looks like.
Okay, then we're going to, once again, E6000. And then the hot glue around that. Set it down and hold it. I really think these flowers are very cute this year. Okay, and now we're going to add another Now, do we add it sideways, going this direction, or do I stand it probably straight up? Looks the best, I think. Okay, so once again, the E6000, and then we're going to take hot glue.
It like melted the styrofoam and now it's like together forever. So cute.
Okay, so then now is going to come the star. Okay, so you figure your door hanger is going to be like this. So now we're going to go that way with the star. And this is the one Maya wants the ribbon left on it. Okay, so the glue needs to be on these, right in here. Alright, so the E6000. And I'll make it short, but this is drained from it.
Yeah.
And then hot glue. Alright. Once again, this is what it's looking like so far, guys. Alright, so now we're done with the star. So we do another flower. So this time it is another blue one. We just done a red one. Alright. And the only thing I'm doing here is taking my cutters, and I'm just cutting that tip off, but don't cut it too short because your flowers will tear apart. Alright, more hot glue. I'm going to hold it for 1 minute. Alright, now we are going to do an ice cream out right here. And then I'm going to do a bow. So I'm trying to place my ice cream out right there, I guess. Okay, this one I turned that way because I'm gonna do the bow, and I don't think I'm gonna do the bow as big as I did on that one. I think I am going to use the rest of what I got, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and use the stars. So I'm going to fold it. Okay, so like I said, we're going to fold this. Now I'm just going to fold it until there ain't no more, but I am going to save enough for the tails. We're just going to keep rolling, and I think that's going to be enough for the tails. Alright, so once again, I don't know how many rolls I did because I just rolled. Now I'm going to trim this up a little bit. There we go. And I am going to fold it. And we are going to put our splits in it. And like I said, do not cut it all the way through. Just split. And then cut off a piece of twine. And I'm going to put it in there. And then when I put it down on a table and I pull it for the first time, I'm going to pull as hard as I can. And then you're going to double knot that. Okay, so you can take this twine to get our tails up in there as well. Okay, so we're gonna even these up as well. Alright. And right there is my middle. So that is going to be my tails. Once again, I'm going to measure it. Then I am going to go ahead and wrap it. And make sure it's even. And then I'm going to tie that onto my ducktail that I already have in place. It would help if I put it through the hole, wouldn't it? Alright, so now we got our tails. I'm going to go ahead and use the string that I have and tie it onto this, the reform, so I'm not concerned about the glue coming undone over the summer, the 2 months that I'm going to have it out. From now until the end of July. Alright, and now we are going to fold our tails, and then we're going to ducktail them. At an angle, and then we're going to open these up. On the side head, it's okay. The tails are a little bit too long, so I am going to shorten them up. And then I'm going to redo the tails. All right. And this is our bow and alright, there we go. So tell me in the comment section, what do you think about this wreath, and let me know. I think it turned out beautiful. And now we're gonna do our hanger, which I'm gonna take some of this jute string and I'm gonna double it over, and we are going to put, need 6,000. We're gonna do a knot, not a knot, a dot there, a dot there, and we are going to lay this jute right in it. And because it does not Alright, and then I'm going to take some hot glue down here and I'm going to stick this right on in it. And that is going to hold everything in place. And as you can see, I put it straight across it. We're gonna let that set up. Add some more right here, because if not, that piece right there will come off. I could already see it. Okay, while that is setting up, we're going to go ahead and do our final review. And once again, thanks for watching our videos and stopping by and hanging out with us for a while. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you later in our next one. Bye! So still. Don't stagger.